So check this out. At first glance, it's a super polished, fast-paced 3D netball game. It looks like something you download from an app store, right? But what if I told you this entire thing, from the physics engine to the online leaderboards, is running directly in your web browser? Yeah, we kind of think of browser games as these simple little toys, but that idea, it's about to get a major update.
Okay, let's get into it. We're about to go on a little journey here, peeling back the layers of this game one by one. Because underneath this really fun distraction, you'll find the blueprints of some seriously professional software engineering, the kind that's really shaping the future of what the web can do.
So that's the big question, isn't it? The one that this whole explainer is built around. How is this even possible? What kind of magic is happening behind the scenes to give us this almost console-like experience right inside a plain old browser tab? Well, let's find out.
All right, our first stop is the layer you can actually see, the front end. This is everything that you as the player see and touch. It's the 3D court, it's the players, it's the ball zipping through the air, it's the whole visual experience.
To make this super clear, let's imagine this game is a fancy restaurant. The front end, that's the dining room. It's the cool lighting, the menu design, the way the tables are set. It's the whole vibe. It's the part that's completely designed for the customer experience.
So who's on this construction crew?
Well, you've got React 18 acting as the main architect. It draws up the master blueprint for the whole game, making sure the menus, the timer, and the court all fit together perfectly. Then, React 3 Fiber comes in. This is your specialist, your 3D interior designer. It takes those architectural plans and actually builds the immersive 3D world you see. Now, you need someone to keep track of what's happening, right? That's ZooStand, the super efficient scoreboard keeper, tracking every point and every second as it happens. And finally, you've got Tailwind CSS, the interior decorator, who makes sure all the 2D stuff, like buttons and text, looks sharp and modern.
And here's the crazy part. All of this happens so fast, it's almost unbelievable. Every single frame, this little 6-step dance happens. The second you hit a key to shoot, the game calculates the physics, checks for a collision, updates its memory, and then redraws the entire 3D world and the 2D scoreboard. This whole cycle happens 60 times a second. It's so fast, it feels completely instantaneous. Okay, so we've seen how the game is built, but what about how it feels to play? That's a whole different story. Now that we get the structure, let's peel back another layer and find the game's secret sauce, its custom-built physics engine. This thing, all neatly defined in a single file called physics.ts, is the absolute heart of the gameplay. It's basically a custom rulebook for reality within the game. It simulates gravity, so your shots have that perfect arc. It even models things like air resistance and energy loss, so when the ball bounces, it feels, well, real. So this begs the question, why build it from scratch when you could just buy an engine off the shelf? Well, using a pre-built engine is kind of like putting a standard sedan engine in a car. It works, it's fine for getting around. But building a custom one, that's like handcrafting a finely tuned racing engine. It gives the developers total pinpoint control over every little detail, how high the ball bounces, how much spin it has. That's how you create a unique gameplay feel that nobody else can copy. And this quote just nails it. Making that choice to build your own shows an incredible commitment to the player. It's a statement that says the feel of the game, that tactile experience, is more important than anything else. And honestly, that's the mark of really great game design. A unique feel is great. It keeps you playing right now. But what makes you come back tomorrow or the day after? For that, a game needs a memory. We've seen the dining room. We've tasted the secret sauce. Now it's time to go where the customer never gets to see. The kitchen. The hidden engine room that powers this whole operation.
Back to our restaurant analogy. The back end is the kitchen and the pantry. It's where all the real work happens and where all the ingredients are stored. It runs on a server, completely invisible to you. Its job is to handle all the requests, run the complicated logic, and most importantly, store all that crucial data in its long-term memory, the database. It's the difference between a food truck and a permanent restaurant.
And what does this hidden kitchen actually cook up for you? Well, it powers all the features that make a simple game feel like a real community platform. It handles the global leaderboards, saves your high scores forever, and tracks your level in XP so you can see yourself getting better. It even manages your friends list. Without this backend, the second you close the tab, everything you accomplished would just disappear. The backend is what gives your playtime meaning. So let's zoom out and put all these pieces together. When you look at the polished front end, the custom physics, and the powerful back end all working together as one system, a really clear picture starts to form. This isn't just a game. This is a professional-grade application, through and through.
And that is the key takeaway of this whole thing. The line that used to separate a web game from a commercial software-as-a-service product, that line has pretty much vanished. The engineering discipline, the architecture, the tools, they're all the same now.
And the proof is right here in the toolkit. This is not a hobbyist garage. It's a professional workshop. They're using Vite, which is like a hyper-fast build crew for the project. TypeScript acts as a meticulous proofreader, catching tiny errors before they can ever become big problems. You've got TanStack React Query, which is like a smart assistant that flawlessly manages all the data coming from the backend. Radix UI provides high-quality, accessible building blocks. And Drizzle ORM is that friendly librarian for the database, making it super easy to find and store info. This is the exact same stack you'd find at a top tech company.
So we've seen that what looks like a simple game is actually a full-stack marvel of modern engineering. And it leaves us with a really exciting question for the future. As these incredibly powerful tools get easier and more accessible for everyone to use, what kind of amazing, rich, interactive new world are we going to see emerge, not in an app store, but right inside our humble web browsers?